It's just gone 20 to 7 this Wednesday morning. Parents could be risking their children's health by relying on allergy tests bought online or on the high street. That's the view of the National Institute for Clinical Excellence, which has concluded that children could end up malnourished if put on restrictive diets.
Instead, NICE say parents should seek advice from their GP if they suspect their child has an allergy. We went to meet a mother who endured years of worry trying to identify her daughter's allergy to milk and eggs.
When you look back and you realise that you've been giving your child something that is, in effect, making them so ill, it's really upsetting. Ella was born in 2001, and when she was born, she was very happy, very active, but she had very bad eczema, and when she fed, she would get very distressed, she'd be sick, she'd sometimes have hives, she wasn't gaining any weight. I was pushing all the time to try and find out what it was that was wrong with her. I think sometimes there was a feeling that maybe she was a bit over anxious, and it was frustrating. When she was 18 months old, she had her first anaphylactic shock, which we had never anticipated would happen. It was really frightening, and within 6 months she'd had a second anaphylactic shock, and it was only after that that our health visitor actually really, it was her that suggested that we be referred to the allergy clinic. I don't feel that we were given enough guidance then. Having had my second daughter and knowing so much more, it's been a much easier passage for her and a much safer time for her, really. I completely understand why if somebody can't get answers from their GP or get an appointment from their GP, why they would go looking for an alternative, because if you've got a child that's sick and you believe that they've got an allergy but you can't work out for yourself what that is, of course you're going to look for any answers that you can get from somewhere else.
Dr. Hillary joins us, and indeed Kate, who's we were just talking this morning. Kate, you're kind of dealing with this at home.
Yes, we are dealing with this because little Darcy's had what looks like eczema for about 2 years, off and on, and it got worse. Eventually it's on her face, and of course she just started school, and I thought, right, I've got to get to the bottom of this. Went to see a specialist, and they said they don't do those prick tests anymore because there were just so many false positives, and we'd been told by our GP that it was likely she was allergic to lots of things, including milk, which she loves. Did the blood test, turns out allergic to nothing. Not allergic to anything at all, much to the relief of our cat Scamp, because he thought he was about to have to go and live somewhere else. But yeah, you know, so it just goes to show that it's very easy to be led into thinking that your child is allergic, but the reality is very, very different.
It's very confusing. You know, allergies are so common. 1 in 20 children have an allergy, and 1 in 50 an allergy to nuts. And if we've just heard, some of them are anaphylactic reactions that they get, which are potentially life-threatening. It's on the increase. We don't know why. The trouble is, as NICE are telling us, that there is such a plethora of private alternative tests out there which are terribly misleading, particularly things like kinesiology, Vega testing, hair analysis, which can cost £60 a time. And they have no scientific validation at all. It is pseudoscientific mumbo-jumbo. And it's dangerous because parents then put their children on very restrictive diets, which can render them malnourished and have no effect on the allergy whatsoever. Yeah. So the cry from NICE is to say be wary of these online tests that you do at home. Go to people who are only scientifically validated. And let's have more NHS allergy specialist clinics, because we have very, very few. We've got to do something about that.
Okay, thank you very much, folks. It's 7:15. A young widow